Hello everyone, welcome to Average Joe Watch Reviews, where we do more than just reviews. Today we're looking at Milano Straps. But before we get into it, please help the channel by subscribing and also click that like. That is the best and most charitable way to help the channel. So, we've got a shipment of 2 of these tins from Milano Straps. Very, very nice casing. So let's open up and see what we got. So what I did was I reached out to the owner and I asked him, I said, I have a dilemma. I have a Hamilton Field khaki automatic and I need a strap for it. Can you help me? So he sent me out 2 choices and let's see what we have here. So first and foremost, they give you a spring bar removal tool. Very, very nice. They gave you some instructions here as well. And this is definitely branded Milano. And it's got 2 sides. You've got the one side so that you can get into drilled lugs, such as this one right here. And you also have another side for getting inside to get the lugs out. This one is a quick release, so wouldn't be applicable for that, but this is definitely a quality tool, and if you ever break one of these off, you can always screw these off and replace them. So very nice touch like that. This is also a very nice tin case too. Very nice. I like that a lot. So we look at what is inside. What is inside the tin case, and also what's inside the little pouch? Well, as you can see, I've already worn this. So this is technically not an unboxing, but I wanted to give you guys the experience. But I also like to wear things prior to doing reviews. So as you can see, there's definitely some imprints here. This is a leather NATO. And as you can see, it has... Does this one have it? It's on. I'm sorry, it's inside. The Milano Straps logo there. I like the buckle, the way it's very vintage looking. It comes to a point. Very nicely done. It's got, I don't know if it's a tweed, some type of string that helps to keep the leather down and give you these compartments that you need for the buckle and the keeper, and they do it again here and here. So you got a lot of good reinforcement. The leather feels nice. Okay. And as I said, this is a leather NATO. Okay. Now the leather actually was a lot thinner than I expected, but there's a reason behind it. Okay, there's a reason behind that. It's very pliable, and because it's a NATO and you got to fish it through, it's going to be a little bit thicker, but it's still no thicker than like a typical leather strap. So they definitely thought about that when making the strap. We'll take a little close up here. But I mean, this is a 22, by the way. All right, made in Italy. Milano is branded into the leather. Established in 1984. Smells good, very pliable, right out of the case. Very, very nice. So the second one they sent over was this one, the 22. This one has nice padding. Nice Italian leather, very nice stitching, and let me get you some measurements of at least the thickness of these straps. Just to give you an idea, we're looking at right around a 4mm, and at the thickest point, we're looking at a 4 here, and what about down here? A little bit less, so about a 0.5mm difference. So not super padded, but very comfortable. This one's still a little bit on the stiffer side, but it feels really good. And the stitching is just really nicely done too. Again, you've got the branding, you've got the reinforced keeper here with the string. Again, I like the stitching that comes up when you fold over the leather, and this one's actually done twice to make sure that that leather is not only down but also has that keeper locked in there really nicely, and also so that you have again that compartment for your buckle, which again comes to a point. This one feels a little bit more substantial, and it also has the Milano Straps logo in it. 22 millimeters, and I like this one a lot. This one's like a lighter brown, and let me show you each of these on the wrist. I think Antonio did an excellent job matching these up to the watch. I've had a really hard time finding a strap for this watch because the cream dial is really tough. Anytime I put like even like a metal bracelet on, for instance, it totally did nothing for the watch. You can see that. It just does nothing for the watch. It actually kind of washes it out. So it needed some kind of contrast. And I really didn't have anything in my collection that really looked like it belonged on here. And this one here, this strap is absolutely perfect. I guess the only thing that would make it more perfect is if maybe the contrast stitching was done in cream, but it does match the luminescent hands and the white tipped second hand. So yeah, but again, you know, I always have to find some, because nothing's perfect. But yeah, if they had like maybe a cream color stitching, that would have been absolutely perfect. But I'll tell you what, you know what you could say, well, you've got cream on the inside, and I say you're absolutely right. So case closed, right? There you go. Cream on the inside. So Antonio, well done and well played. So what I want to do now is show you what the NATO looks like on the Hamilton. So I'll be right back. Okay, so before I put the NATO on, just want to show you how this wears in. A little bit of an indentation from the buckle, but really, I mean, you know, this is after a full week of wearing, so not too bad. So just wanted to show that to you. But yeah, the leather's still a little bit, I mean, right here it is pliable, but it's still a little bit on a stiffer side, but not too stiff. I mean, it's very comfortable right out of the tin can, so no problem there. Let me give you a thickness of this strap here. We are looking at, with the double, it's 2 point, so it's basically 2 millimeters here, and then it's really thin on a single piece of leather, which is 1 millimeter thick. So 1 millimeter, 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter, which is still thinner than even the thinnest part of this one, which is 3 millimeter. Okay, so we're gonna, sorry about that, these things are rolling all over the place. So we're gonna string this NATO strap in. So we go over and under. So the only drawback of a NATO on this particular watch is now you're hiding the exhibition case back. But if you do have a metal allergy of any sort, this leather actually feels really nice against the skin, and you do feel a difference when you have this on your wrist. It's a nice feel, and I'll tell you what, I think you guys are probably going to like this look even better. Field watch with a field NATO on, and the leather is just so pliable. And let me show it to you on the wrist. Take it right up to the indented leather. You know exactly where to go. And even the strap itself has a really nice length to it. Look how that fits, guys. Really, really nice. And even like here is not much of a gap. It actually like fills up that space up really nicely. It actually looks like it could have came with the watch. Super, super comfortable. I find NATOs not to be very comfortable at times. Typically, like your typical seatbelt version, canvas versions, the different cloth ones. I'm not very, there's also varying lengths. So sometimes they're not quite long enough so that you can't tuck it in, or they're just short so that this piece always slips out. But this one here is actually a good length, as you could see, and you can fold that over there, or you can fold the keeper there. And so it's a perfect length for my 7-inch wrist. So extremely happy with these Milano straps. Want to give a huge thank you and shout out to Antonio for sending this to the channel. I don't have to give these back, and I'm so glad I don't have to, because I really love both of these straps for the Hamilton. So it's nice to be able to switch back and forth, and definitely a huge upgrade over the original Hamilton leather, which actually I do have here. Let me show it to you guys real quick before we end it. Just not really happy with this particular strap for quite a few reasons. So let me just show it to you. First and foremost, I'm just not a fan of this leather. It's very oh man, it's just flat. And you can see even like in between here, it's already starting to wear, and this is not a very old strap. Okay. It does have the cream interior. Okay. They didn't stitch it all the way up, which again, I think you should, because you definitely run the risk of the leather peeling up. Just not a fan of the feel of this leather. It's not premium feeling. Let's take a look at this. So we're looking at a 4, and it goes down to a 3. Okay. And then this buckle here is extremely uncomfortable. Too sharp for the edges. I mean, I like the design of it, but not practical. This you can totally feel up against your wrist. Very uncomfortable. And the quality, this versus this, is really there's no comparison. Absolutely no comparison with the feel, the fit. This has a really nice contour to it, where this is just flat. It's just there's no real comfort to the strap. So this goes into the bin, and it's now between this one and this one. So hope you guys enjoyed the review. Thank you so much for joining me, and remember that there's always time to be kind to one another. Please take care of each other, and I'll see you guys next time on Average Joe Watch Reviews. God bless, my friends.